my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ellie Lee and this is Ellie Lee Designs, where I bring you weekly DIY projects that I hope will inspire you to try new projects and to share tips based off of my own experiences. So today is an extra special video and I want to dedicate it to Miss Jill Taylor, who commented a couple of weeks ago on my coffee shadow box project. She asked what I thought about mirroring the font on the inside of the glass, and I thought, why hadn't I thought about that before? It's actually a really great idea, mainly because your vinyl will not be exposed on the outside of the glass. So when you're cleaning it and using different detergents, you're not going to wear out your vinyl, or it's not going to start to peel up. It's actually going to protect it and it's going to last a lot longer. So I thought, why not give it a try? So Jill, thank you so much for the suggestion. I really hope that you like this video. Now I do want to just point one thing out. You want to make sure that if you're going to be putting your vinyl on the inside of the glass, that the vinyl you use, the color is the same on the outside or on the front side, the correct side of the vinyl, as it would be on the back side, the adhesive side, because the adhesive side for this project is the one that's actually going to show on the glass. So for me, the colors that I wanted to use, the black was perfect. I was able to use that on the inside. The pink, more kind of holographic style of vinyl was white on the opposite or on the adhesive side. So I used the pink on the top of the glass, but I actually liked it. It kind of gave it a three-dimensional sort of look to it, so that was perfect. And there really is no right or wrong way to do it. So just try whatever works for you and use what you have. You don't have to buy something new. Please be sure to also check out the description box where I list all of the materials that'll be used in today's project. So without any further ado, let's go into Cricut Design Space. The first thing we want to do is hit the upload button, click the upload image tab, hit browse, select the file that we're going to be using today, and then click on complex to get the most detail for that file. Then we're going to clean up the actual image. So I'm just going to decrease the size so I can look at the full design and click on all the white areas to clear the white background from the design. And once we remove the white background, we'll click continue. And then we're going to select the cut image and upload. Now we'll click on our design, click insert image, and now our image is on our canvas in Cricut Design Space, where we can modify it any way we want, including adjusting the width and the height. I'm going to be resizing it in a 4.5 to 6 inch size so that it fits in the shadow box that I'm going to be using today. Next, I've gone ahead and duplicated the design because I'm going to be using the slice option to remove the letters from the second image to create the outline that I need for the word search. So just to help with the visual, I've gone ahead and changed the color to pink on the duplicate so that I can see the difference between the two patterns. Next, I click on the shapes options and I select the square to begin dragging that shape over the letters so that I can use the slice function to isolate the outline for my 3 keywords. Now, to ensure you don't have to go through this process, I've gone ahead and included a direct link to this Cricut project in my description box below, but I wanted to make sure that I included it in here in the event that some of my viewers are not using the Cricut Design platform. Then they can try to replicate this same process in the platform of their choice. Then once we have the outlines separated, I want to move the outline from the original design. So I just aligned the 2 separate images so that they aligned perfectly. And then I hit the slice button so that it would remove the black outline from the original design, and I would just have the 2 different pieces. So I would have the letters and I would also have the outline. I've also included in the description box a link to the pattern itself so that you can upload that pattern into your platform. And then I just confirmed that it did align appropriately so that when I cut my image and I go to align it later onto the shadow box, everything lines up perfectly and they're the exact size that they need to be. So now we can delete the last image that we ended up with there, and we'll hit the make it button so we can start cutting out our design. I am needing to mirror my image just so that when I apply it to the inside of the glass, I can see my image, or I can read my image as if I had laid it on the top. So the words are going to be mirrored, but then the outline will remain the same. The outline does not need to be mirrored. Okay, and then we hit continue. Then we select the premium vinyl for our materials. We'll keep the pressure the same. And then we move over to loading the vinyl onto our mat, entering it into our Cricut Maker, and cutting out our design. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and weed our vinyl and apply it to our shadow box glass. Now that I've weeded out my design, it's time to put it onto the transfer tape so that we can apply it to the shadow box glass. Okay, so once I transferred the vinyl onto my transfer tape, I cleaned the interior and exterior surface of my glass so that I can apply my vinyl onto a clean surface. That is really important to do before you apply your vinyl, just to make sure that your vinyl sticks firmly onto that flat surface and doesn't peel up over time. Here you'll see me using wax paper to apply my vinyl, and that is a super helpful tool because it just makes it easier to align the vinyl, especially when you're using a really big piece, onto your blank so that your vinyl doesn't accidentally get stuck, which has happened plenty of times to me, and then when you try to peel it off, it just ruins the design. So here I am using the wax paper tape just to line up my design, and then I will slowly peel the transfer tape off of the vinyl and continue to apply the rest of the design to my surface. So now we've reached the final part of the project, and what I did here is use my Cricut cutting mat to apply my cardstock, and I also used my shadow box to sort of swipe it across the cardstock to see what part of the cardstock I like the most, to use that as part of my background. And there's one little section that had this little knot in the wood grain of the cardstock that I really like, so I decided to use that lower right hand corner as my background. So I grabbed the backing to the shadow box and use that as my template to cut out the piece of my cardstock. Once I cut my cardstock, I flipped it over and peeled the cutting mat off the cardstock, and then I applied my cardstock on the back of the shadow box, secured it closed, and that was it. So I really hope that you guys like this project. It's Mother's Day inspired with the words that were included in the shadow box. Don't forget to check out the description box below to get the direct link for the project in Cricut Design Space, and also the link for the pattern that was used today. And if you like this project, please give it a thumbs up. It helps to support my channel. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure that you don't miss my next weekly video. I look forward to receiving your comments. It helps me bring you the content that you want to see and helps me get better with my own DIY projects. So I'm always excited to get feedback. And again, thank you, Jill, for that suggestion. I think it turned out really great and is something that I can definitely see myself using in other projects. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye.